Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today's lecture is going to be going over the phenomena that's taking place over the world right now pertaining to the underwater UFO sightings, okay, that are taking place. I want everybody to know and understand that the underwater UFOs are called USOs. Our government classifies them as U.S.O.s, which stands for unidentified submerged objects. Okay. Now, in earlier lectures, I told my subscribers that UFOs usually have two main sources of energy, two main sources of fuel. One source of their fuel is known as helium-3, and the other source would be electromagnetic energy. Now, for instance, if a UFO is going to come to Earth for a fuel source, and it either gets its source from helium-3 or electromagnetic energy, it would only make sense for the UFO to use the Earth's water as a source of fuel, because water is the greatest source of electromagnetic energy, the greatest conductor of electromagnetic energy on this planet, and I believe in most of the universe. Okay, water is the greatest electromagnetic current that we know of. Okay, so if the UFOs are going to do anything, okay, when they come to this Earth, they're going to get their fuel source in the Earth's oceans. Okay, they're definitely going to come to the oceans. And if you do your research, more than two times, the sightings, okay, of UFOs are seen when the UFOs are going underwater, or the UFOs are coming from the water. So U.S.O. sightings, okay, people see them twice as much as the sightings of random UFOs over the land, okay? Because I've been telling people this for the longest, that, ladies and gentlemen, they're already here, okay? These entities are already here. They signed a deal with our government where they kidnap a certain amount of human test subjects, and in return, the interterrestrials give our government new forms of technology. Okay, that is why our government is anywhere from 45 to 60 years ahead of us technologically. Okay, because of this whole extraterrestrial agenda that's taking place. Okay, this is not a game. It's not a joke. Okay, so like I said, if you do your research, the Earth is 75 to 80% water. And this is what the government, never is going to tell us, that most of the oceans are unexplored. Most of the ocean's surfaces and most of the area, okay, under that water is completely unexplored territory. So this is why most of these UFO sightings, okay, are USO sightings. They're unidentified submerged objects that come from underneath the water, or you see them in the sky and they shoot directly down, okay, under the water. And if you do your research, like I said, more than twice as many USO sightings occur around the world than random UFO sightings. Okay, because ladies and gentlemen, these entities are already here as we know it. Okay, we are literally living under a trance, under a Gregorian trance, to think that the stuff that I'm talking about right now is fairy tale fantasy. Okay, just by that happening is proof that most of us are under a Gregorian spell. Okay, so this is more than likely what you would find, okay, if you would travel with that U.S.O. all the way down to its destination at the very bottom of the ocean, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, these buildings here. Okay, this is a underground, underwater, interterrestrial city. Okay, and believe it or not, our United States Navy, along with the Russian Navy, know all about this activity. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, they've been knowing about this since the 30s, since the 30s and the 40s. Okay, not only are there underground cities in inner Earth, there are underground, underwater cities. Okay, where the U.S.Os go to refuel. They're using the electromagnetic current that naturally comes from our ocean. Okay? Of course, the inner sun inside the earth is feeding that electromagnetic energy that's given to the ocean, because the ocean is a current wave, okay? And it is a superconductor. Our ocean is a superconductor of electromagnetic energy, and the UFOs/USOs use that electromagnetic energy as their propulsion system. Okay, this is why the UFOs they're much faster than our government aircraft or submarines, because they're using a way more efficient fuel source. Okay, we are not being pulled down on this earth by gravity. We are being magnetized through an electromagnetic current to be sucked onto the surface of the earth. That is what's happening. These entities and these aircraft, okay, they know that. The interterrestrials, the extraterrestrials, they know that. So their fuel source is to match the polarity of the earth. Okay? So if you match the polarity of the earth's magnetic charge, you get a propulsion. You get a rejection of force, of electromagnetic force, which causes the object to float. Okay? The electromagnetic force is what causes the UFOs to float, and what causes the UFOs to reach over the speed of sound is a fuel system called helium-3. Okay? This is what helium-3 looks like on the molecular level. Okay, that's helium-3 that is found on the moon. Our government is sending robots to the moon to collect this for the interterrestrials and extraterrestrials, okay, as the extra fuel source for them. Okay? So I want everybody to understand what, you know what I'm saying, what's really going on here. Okay? It's not a game, ladies and gentlemen. This picture is I believe above top secret. This is a fossil of a Nephilim, okay? Because its size isn't quite tall enough, isn't quite big enough for it to be considered Anunnaki, okay? Or 100% Elohim. This is a cross. This is a hybrid between a normal human and Anunnaki, or Elohim. So those individuals with mixed human blood and mixed Anunnaki or Elohim blood, they're known as the Nephilim. The Nephilim. And their original planet was Neptune, N-E-P. The N-E-P, Neptune, where the Nephilim originate. Okay? And they were aquatic creatures. That's why this creature's fossil, known as the Nephilim, is deep underwater. Neptune is a water planet. The Earth was originally a water planet. So this excavator found a Nephilim fossil under the ocean. Okay? Look at that enlarged cranium. Look at that enlarged cranium. Enlarged brain. Enlarged pineal gland. Normal humans only have 7 to 13 chakras. This Nephilim right here more than likely has anywhere from 17 to 20 chakras. Easily. Capable of telepathy, reading another organism's mind, telekinesis, levitation, the control and manipulation of electricity and magnetism, just like the X-Men and just like the characters in Star Wars. That's what these Nephilim were capable of, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Mind-blowing information, okay? So right here, we have Neptune always being personified as this big blue planet. It's always personified as the big blue planet. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. You know why? Because Neptune is where the Nephilim originate, and they were aquatic beings, and Neptune is a 100% water planet. That's why it's blue. Okay? That's why it's all blue, because it represents the water. It's a water planet where aquatic creatures thrive. That's why, if you look at astrology, Neptune is ruled by water. Okay, it's not rocket science at all. And if you do your research, the Earth used to be a 100% water planet. That's where Atlantis and Lemuria, okay, and Amerikandum come into play. Okay, the original aquatic civilizations on this planet. Okay. This is very mind-blowing as well. Most of the U.S.O. sightings, the unidentified submerged objects, most of them, okay, as far as reports to the police and reports to the military, are seen right off the coast of Puerto Rico. Most of the U.S.O. sightings across the world are reported in Puerto Rico. Now, isn't that a coincidence? Because, ladies and gentlemen, what is Puerto Rico part of? It's part of something called the Bermuda Triangle. And what is the Bermuda Triangle? It is one of the biggest vortex electromagnetic fields that create a stargate portal for the interterrestrials and the extraterrestrials to come in and out of this dimension with their aircraft. And that's why the most sightings of the U.S.Os on the planet are off the coast of Puerto Rico. Okay? This is what they don't want you to know. And what is a stargate? It is a giant energy field that produces a massive amount of electromagnetic energy. And what did I say was the fuel source of most of these UFOs and U.S.Os? It is the electromagnetic energy. So you're mostly going to find them around the Earth's water and around these Stargate locations, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So like I said, one of the biggest and well-known Stargate areas on the planet, the Bermuda Triangle, is the biggest area of reported sightings for USOs, unidentified submerged objects. The country that is responsible for the most sightings is Puerto Rico, right outside of this electromagnetic vortex known as the Bermuda Triangle. Okay? Not a game, not a joke. When extraterrestrials go to different planets, they actually go into the ocean. They see if it's a water planet. If it's a water planet, they go in the ocean. But if it's an ice planet or a gas planet, they go to the inside. They go to the inner sun, the inner chakra point of that planet. And one cartoon show that proved this theory, okay, was the cartoon known as Voltron. This right in front of the screen is known as Voltron. Go watch this cartoon or just look up, what the whole theme and basis is on the show. These were galactic travelers that went to different planets, and they didn't live on the surface. They went to the inside of each planet. Okay, they went to the core where the inner sun of each planet is, and they harvested crystals from each planet for energy sources. This is what's going on, okay, while we're worried about Hollywood bullshit, okay, bullshit sports, and just utter complete nonsense. This is what's really going on in the real world around us, okay? We're being played, we've been fooled into the bullshit doctrine that the paper dollar money holds all the power. So that's what everybody on the planet is worried about, the stupid paper money. Meanwhile, the Earth's resources, the real resources, the crystals, the water sources, the jungles and rainforests that produce our Earth's oxygen in our atmosphere, that's all being depleted. Megatons of pollution are being dumped out in our atmosphere. They're also being dumped out into space. Yes, most of the Earth's waste and pollution is not being put in inner Earth. They're dumping that shit back out into space, ladies and gentlemen. Because like I said, the global elite, the multi-billionaires, and the interterrestrials, they're not living in no goddamn waste. They're not living in no waste. They're not living in a wasteland filled with shit, piss, and poison and toxin. That shit is being dumped out into space, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's the big secret. That's why NASA is sending us fake goddamn pictures of the Earth. Because the people in inner Earth are not living in pollution. They want us, the surface dwellers, to live in pollution. That's why the pollution is being sprayed at an exponential level in our atmosphere to poison us, okay, on a global scale. And this is why NASA is sending us fake pictures of the Earth, because there's secret military bases outside of the atmosphere. There's secret extraterrestrial space stations outside of the atmosphere. And there is a massive amount of pollution in our atmosphere, which would make a real picture of the Earth dark brown. It would be dark tan or brown color. It wouldn't, the skies would not be blue from outer space. That is a lie. That is a lie, and that is deception. With all the damn chemtrails and all the damn pollution and toxic waste that these people are spraying outside of the atmosphere and inside the atmosphere, the whole coloration of the Earth is completely thrown off, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? That's what they're hiding from us. Another movie series that shows that, you know, the Earth used to be a water planet. If you watch Star Wars Episode 2, there was a particular planet known as Camino. It was called Camino. And Camino was a complete water planet, okay? But it still had living creatures on it, ladies and gentlemen. And the Caminans actually look like tall grays. They look like extremely tall grays. And I find that very interesting because tall grays actually do exist in inner Earth. And like I said, when Atlantis and Lemuria and Amori Condom were on this planet, okay, Earth was entirely water. It was a water planet. There was a movie with Mel Gibson called Waterworld. Go look that up. Go look that up. Go look the movie up with Mel Gibson called Waterworld. This was all shown to us right in front of our faces, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So this just, you know, is further proof, you know, of what our government is hiding from us on a daily basis. The individuals that are occupying these spacecraft that go underwater and that we see above our heads, of course, mostly they're the grays. They're the reptilian humanoids, or they are the insectoid extraterrestrials, okay? And these insectoid extraterrestrials, a lot of them come from the moon of Saturn. They come from the moon of Saturn, and they live in inner Earth, Okay? Movies that prove this are District 9. Go watch the movie District 9 and the whole Men in Black series. The whole Men in Black series, ladies and gentlemen. Also, the Alien, the movie Alien, that movie series, that was a insectoid extraterrestrial. Okay, same with District 9, and same with the Men in Black movie series. That all showed us who is really giving our government this extra technology. Okay, because just like the late great Phil Schneider put it, he said that these extraterrestrials are kidnapping a lot of the Earth's population, okay? And they do that to mix their DNA and to create hybrids so they can better communicate with humans on the surface, and they can spy on humans on the surface of the Earth, okay? They send in hybrids as spies, these extraterrestrials. And in return, they give our government technology so the government can control the surface dwellers on this planet. Okay, I want everybody to understand that these three interterrestrials / extraterrestrials, these make up the population of the incunabula. The incunabula is the organization or the entities in control of the most powerful humans on the earth. Okay? These are the ones who give the orders to the Pope and the Black Pope and other organizations like the Knights of Malta, okay, and the 13 richest families on the planet. These are the entities that are giving those organizations their orders, okay? The Greys, the Draconian humanoids, and the insectoid extraterrestrials, okay? Like I said in my Mothman video, everybody across the world can't be making this stuff up, people. It's that simple. Everybody just can't be pulling these abduction stories and sleep paralysis stories, and I'm getting ready to do a whole lecture on sleep paralysis because I've been getting a lot of requests to touch on that topic, so that's going to be dropping very soon, ladies and gentlemen. So like I said, all these abduction stories can't be coming out of everybody's asses, people. They all can't be making this stuff up, okay? Everybody is reporting the same damn thing. They're describing these entities, or worst case scenario, these entities, okay? As far as I'm concerned, well over half of all three of these entities are not for the embetterment of humans on this planet, because if they really gave a good goddamn about humans, they would have already came to the surface and set a lot of things straight, ladies and gentlemen, okay? It's not a game whatsoever. Everybody needs to accept and awaken to what's going on in the world around them. Most of the extraterrestrials live in inner Earth, okay? Just to show you the inner Earth diagram, okay? Once again, this is the inner Earth diagram. The individuals that come to Earth from other planets, they use the Earth's ocean as an electromagnetic source to fuel their spacecraft, and they also go to the chambers and the gateways that lead them to inner Earth, where you see the central sun. Okay, the central sun. That's why they call them the incunabula. Nabula is really nebula, which means star. The heat from the star. The inner incu means they're being incubated. They're being incubated on the inside and being kept warm and getting energy from the central sun inside of planets. Okay? Science has lied to us by telling us it's just the core and that no life exists near that core. That is a lie. That is a lie, ladies and gentlemen. Every planet has an inner chakra point, which is an inner sun. And most of the extraterrestrials that travel the galaxy, they go to the inside of planets. Okay? So this is another chart that shows what I'm talking about. The two major ports to inner Earth are the North Pole and the South Pole. This is why there was an Antarctica agreement by different nations. It was to keep the surface dwellers from entering the gateway to inner Earth in the South Pole of Antarctica. It was to keep people from entering the gateway to inner Earth through the North Pole, ladies and gentlemen. That's what that Antarctica treaty was about. That's why there are no flights. There are no commercial airline flights that go completely over Antarctica or completely over the center of the North Pole. That is why. Okay, this is what's being kept from us. Okay? So like I said, it's time to get hip to this information, and it's time to start accepting reality for what it is. Okay? So you see the surface of the ocean or the land, and at the bottom of that, you get a different ball. That is the bottom of the ocean. The bottom of the ocean is the surface of inner Earth. I'm going to repeat that. The bottom of the ocean is the surface of inner Earth, according to this diagram. Okay? And the inner chakra point of the Earth is the inner sun, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So, that's really all I had to say on this topic in particular. You know, I'm going to be trying to decode certain movies without showing the actual clips in the movie in the future. And also, I'm getting ready to bring forth some of the most profound information known to man, okay, in regards of a secret plant in South America that's been held from humanity for a couple of thousand years. And you know what I'm saying, by the ancestors' will, I'm going to bring that information to the public. So just stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Stick with me. And I appreciate everyone who supported RFG movement and Atlantean movement. Okay? Like, subscribe, leave a comment. It's the chosen one, man. I'm out.